Okay, I believe I am ready to go over here. Over to the game. Alright, I'm back, I'm awake, mostly. Gonna be playing some DQ Monsters too. For the PlayStation version. Are you gonna start barking now that I've gone live again, just like you did yesterday? Yeah, okay, cool. Dog says hello. My timer ready. Okay. It has another Japanese run, so time's gonna start when I reset the console here, but yeah, just real quick, we're gonna be playing the PlayStation version of Dragon Quest Monsters 2. Hactical was talking about this before he cut, but I really like this version of the game. It's really good looking, and you don't see it much in run by Westerners. I'm actually not sure I've ever seen anybody else English-speaking play this game on Twitch. I'm sure it's happened, but maybe not in a speedrun. It's pretty common, at least Monsters 1. I don't know so much about Monsters 2, but Monsters 1 I know is pretty commonly speedrun in Japan. Let's see, using my controller. That would help. I'm gonna restart the PlayStation 2 here. Set fast disk speed in the settings because it actually matters quite a bit in this game. We'll get going. Alright. Whatever. We messed up a little bit. Because, I had to juggle my mouse for starting my timer, my wireless controller, which turned off when I turned the console off, and hitting the power button. And I only have so many hands. Okay. Oop, not Terry's Wonderland. We'll just be today. Alright. Off and running. So yeah, would have been actually really cool if we'd have gotten this in the West, because this is Monsters 1 and Monsters 2 on one PlayStation disc. Dog has decided this is when he needs attention, this exact moment of the day. But yeah, we're going to be playing on Kobe version today. Just like with the Game Boy Color version, there's some minor differences between playing as Kobe or Terra. The Kobe on the right, Terra's running up to him here. But yeah, it's kind of like Pokemon Red and Blue, where there's different monsters in certain areas, depending on who you play as. I'm not sure exactly where it matters most in this run. I have a much better technical knowledge of the Game Boy Color version than of this version. But I suspect it's probably Ice World. You have to recruit a Hammerhead there, and I don't know if there's Hammerheads there in Terra's version. Okay, good. I did cut off the glitchy graphics up at the top. Yeah, to my knowledge, there's no English patch for this. I don't know if one ever got released for DQ4 PS1 either. I know it was like in progress, but then the DS version came out and they abandoned it, and I don't think they ever finished it. Quite a few games back then that they never localized. Okay. So yeah, the story of this game starts out, Kobe and Tara are siblings. Their parents are moving to the kingdom of Greatlog, which if you played Monsters 1, Greatlog is kind of the antagonistic force of Monsters 1. It's the rival nation that's trying to compete with you in the Starry Night tournament in that game. And a couple of times that you see anybody from Greatlog, they're kind of jerks. But it's a pretty chill place in this game. I don't know if they do anything to kind of change the tone of the King of Greatlog in this game, and if you're playing Monsters 1. But yeah, we start here on our farm. I forget if I finished that thought, but our parents came here to start a monster farm. And we're running some errands for Mom right now. She says her grandma sent us a package. We gotta go collect it from the vault. And along the way, we find Prince Kameha and this monster Warabo just antagonizing people. Spinning that lady around in circles. If you go down to the shop, I think they're playing hot potato with some of the merchant's merchandise, and he gets mad at him. Home. Yeah, you walk out of the vault. Warabo says, "Oh, what do you got? That smells good." It's I know in the English GBC it's a pie. I don't know if that's what it is in the Japanese, but you run off with it. My notes say it's faster to go this way, so we're gonna go this way. I believe my notes. So there's a struggle for the pie. It ends up in the well. If you caught any of that DQ6 run, you're familiar with wells. The struggle continues. Kamiya and Warabo are fighting over the pie now. Tara gets involved. What is this thing over on the left, though? I'm sure that's not important. Oh no! Maya knocks into the plug, flies out, and then all of the energy keeping Greatlog afloat on the ocean is leaking out now. Warabo panics, jumps in the hole. So, now the main conflict of this game, Warabo's stuck in the hole. We need to find a replacement plug. So he's just gonna be there pretty much until the end of the game. So, slight divergence from GBC here. GBC, he tells you to go find somebody to help out, so you go talk to a couple of people and nobody wants to help you because you're associated with Warabo. They say, oh, he's probably playing a trick on you. The island isn't actually sinking. Not sure what this conversation is with the monsters because it's not in the GBC version. But, yeah, we don't need to talk to all those people. We just go in here. We actually don't even need to give the pie to Mom, which I would expect to have to do. But we're going to find a replacement for Warabo right away. Just throw this in the hole. Game's going to be over. Everything's going to work. I'm sure Mom won't miss this. Whoop, wait. Looking. Okay, your back's turned. Go. Alright, Warabo, we did it. We solved the problem. Gotta wait. It's rumbling. Oh no! It didn't work! Man. I'm sure the second thing we bring will work though. The Warbow gives us this magic key and tells us that we've gotta go off into an adventure in this world of Oasis that the key leads us to, and find a replacement plug. And a key to get us back. There's a magic door over on the left side of this room that takes us to all the worlds, basically. It's the hub. So we're talking to Kobe and Tara, talking to each other, trying to decide who's gonna go. Slash comes in, Slime says, "Hey, take me with you. I'll help out." DS version moved the hole to the castle? That's an interesting choice. I haven't played the 3DS version. I keep feeling like I should, but I also feel like I won't like it. 'Cause that's me. I know there's a translation patch for it. Alright. I talked to Dad there to get a meat. Pork chop. Which I can use to recruit more monsters. The way recruitment works in this game, there's a chance that the last monster you kill will join you. The chance depends on the monster. But you can also throw meat at the monsters to increase the recruit chance. And Pork Chop is tier 2, so it'll pretty much guaranteed recruit anything in this world that I'm going to. This guy is rude. He shows up in a couple more scenes in this version than he does in GBC. He's just kind of a bad guy. It's this one, right? Change your message speed. Oh, did not remind me. Okay, we'll get on him about that. Oh, this is so much faster with fast disc speed. My 2 practice runs, I forgot to turn on fast disc speed, and there's a lot of delay when you start and end a battle. Yeah, it's very noticeable. Okay. So, yeah, this is Oasis. The first of, like 4 worlds we'll be going into. Oasis, Pirate, Ice, Sky, and then Limbo is basically just a couple boss fights. So, we want a little XP for Slash. We also want to recruit 2 monsters before we enter the next town. We're not worried about that town up north just yet. We'll need to go there later. The monsters, the Spot Slime and the Cactoball, I think they both have about the same chance to join you. Maybe Cactoball's harder to recruit, but they should be something like 40% to join you without throwing any meat at them. Use an herb on Slash. Sagrith is a little different in this version than in the GBC version. Slash gets a lot of HP early on, but I think his attack and defense are a little weaker. Okay, I'm just gonna walk around in these hills. Unlike the GBC run, it doesn't really matter what I recruit here, so I'm just going to go for the 2 monsters on the overworld and not jump in the well looking for a worm. I've had really good luck with the recruits here lately. Oh, it looks like we're balancing that out. That's fine. We're one-shotting the monsters now, so the fights are going fast. Come on, Spot Son. I'm gonna go into town and buy beef jerky. So, yeah, we walk into the castle here. This is the king with the golden turban. I'm not sure what he's been up to this scene isn't on GBC. Probably looking for the thieves that make an appearance later or something. Yeah, I'm gonna buy 9 herbs. 1 beef jerky. So in these earlier Monsters games, you don't get any gold for clearing fights, you really only get money from picking up and selling items. So I always have exactly 100 gold when I get here. Go to the pork chop at this guy. Okay. Euro. Yeah, I really like the sprite work in this game. There's a lot of really cool looking monsters. Unfortunately, it does have some drawbacks over the GBC version. One thing about this game, like one of the few things they added, is if you complete the entire monster catalog, you can get a unique monster called Zoma's Devil, which is basically Baby Zoma. But you have to collect all 312 monsters to do that, and there are a lot of version differences that get in the way of collecting all the monsters. I did it a few months ago, and it was, took me about 120, 130 hours with planning. I think it would have been probably half that time on GBC. There's a lot where, like, you know, it's harder to get magic keys. You need 45 small medals to get the dark egg instead of 10. And then any monster you try to recruit, this may only apply to monsters that you've caught before, I'm not sure, but there's a 30% chance that they just don't join no matter how much meat you throw at them. And that really gets in the way when you're trying to capture a lot of Antriels and Orochis for breeding the boss monsters. I ended up doing a lot of my recruiting with meteorbs from the arena, because I just like watch YouTube videos and hold auto fire through the arena for like 10 hours. Oh no, Slash! You got stuck. So the reason we need 3 monsters at the beginning is so that we can do this cutscene. Sign up for the circus so that we can talk to the king, because we want to ask the king for a magic item that we can potentially use to plug the navel of Great Log. I don't get to talk to him an extra time, but it's fine. Alright, let's go talk to him. Yeah, the 3DS games, I do know, despite having not played them, that 3DS ports of Monsters 1 and... I shouldn't say ports, they're outright remakes. Of Monsters 1 and Monsters 2 have tons of monsters in them. It wouldn't surprise me if they put Zoma's Devil in one of them. I don't think he made it into DQM3, The Dark Prince. But... And then I think there's also, like... Joker 2 and 3, I think, had, like, later releases, international version or whatever, professional, that had a ton of monsters added to each of them. Yeah, so we talked to the king, and he said, okay, I mean, your circus performance was great, but I'm not just gonna give, you know, my magical items to some random circus performer, so why don't you help me? He's, he wants me to go out into the town and find out just what are people complaining about, because he wants to be a good king. So we go over to the well, people say the well's dry, We tell the king, and then he just charges off completely alone. No guards. To the town up north where they control the canal. And try to find out what's wrong. Why is there no water? Surely, all we gotta do is just open the gate, right? Go over here, I'm gonna peek in here. This is an herb. Cutscene. This is the guy that controls the gate. Says, no, we can't open it more. The well will dry up completely if we open it more. And just destroys him, but he's fine apparently. He's old, but he's tough. He had a couple of short little cutscenes here with the king that weren't in GBC, where he just kind of doubles back to see where you're at. I'm gonna fight whatever I run into in here, because I need a little extra XP. It's good if those other two monsters die, I don't want them. I should have reordered to put slash in the back. But I don't know if it actually matters. I believe on GBC your party order does not matter for purposes of monster targeting. There's a lot regarding this game where I just assume it works the same as GBC, but it actually very well might not. There's a good chance that the reason you reorder there is just so you can turbo through the next two monster recruitments. I want this boss fight coming up to put Slash at level 9 so that I can have a guaranteed chance to run away from things on the overworld. Oh. I probably have enough XP now with how much trouble I was having recruiting. I'll just run from whatever else I find. Almost made it. There's definitely a higher encounter chance in this version than on Game Boy Color. Like somebody's personality changed because I ran away from fights. Personalities are a thing you can pretty much ignore when you play this game, this version or GBC, but they do influence your monster's actions in battle a little bit. In particular, in this version, there are more like special actions that can happen based on your personality in battle. Like, pretty often I see Slash heal for seemingly no reason during this fight. Should survive this. Okay. And that's a personality thing. So Beaver in here, he's pretty simple. All he does is either attack or build up power. He builds up power, he'll hit me for 10 to 12. If he doesn't build up, he'll do 5 or 6. But he and Slash will just slug it out you. There he goes. Do we get level 9? Nope, that's fine. Just fight whatever I get next. Should be really close. But yeah, so the problem with the water was this beaver is down here. He dammed up the canal. Now there's no water in the castle town. But the king says, hey, why are you here? And then he explains that they were out at the Oasis, but some people showed up and scared him off. The thieves have built a fort in the Oasis. And now the next step is going to be to kick them out. Just keep fighting until we get to level 9. That item I picked up in the treasure chest was an exit bell, which is an item that just warps me out of the dungeon that I'm in. I'll use that to get out. It's not too big a deal if you just walk out of there, but you get like probably 4 or 5 fights if you follow the king, versus I got 2 or 3 on the overworld. And ideally you can run from them. But my spot slime lived too long, so he took XP from Slash. So we go talk to the king. The king says, alright, you helped me with the water thing. I'm gonna help you out. Let's go to the treasury. But while the king was gone, the thieves broke in and raided the treasury. So the king doesn't make us fix that. He says, hey, you can stay here. I'm gonna grab all my soldiers and we're gonna go beat up the thieves. But you know, we're JRPG protagonists, which means we actually can't just wait here. We have to go solve the problem ourselves. And today, unlike all of my practice runs, I'm not going to forget to get this item. So you talk to this guy, and he's hungry, so if you give him any meat, then you'll get he'll talk to you, he'll tell you about the Oasis, and I'll give you this item called the Water Call. I think that guy's always in jail there. The king also threw all of the circus dudes in prison because he thinks they might have had something to do with it, the robbery, but they get let out in a bit after we solve the problem here. So we're gonna go over here to the Oasis, which is what the world is named after. I don't actually know the name of the town and the castle. All the locations have names, but did I still not hit level 9? No. But yeah, this is the Oasis of the Oasis world. Use the Yobi Mizu Water Call. That brings the Oasis back. Otherwise it disappears when you get close to it. And then this dude's here. He's here in the GBC version too. But this is the first time you encounter him. He doesn't introduce himself at the start of the level. So, yeah. He's basically an evil monster master. So there's a couple of times he'll battle you in this run. This time all he's got is a curse lamp. Is not the greatest monster. It'll join me after I beat him though. It's got upper and I don't think it has speed up in the battle. It learns it shortly after it joins you. I'm missing a lot. Yeah, upper only raises its defense power by 5, which barely does anything in this series. Typically in this series, 4 points of defense power subtract 1 incoming damage. Not sure what that text was at the end of that round. I wonder if that was a personality thing. Liam's got quite a bit of health, but we're chewing through it. I did cast again. It looked like it failed earlier. I thought he was on an MP. Okay. Okay, I misread. Lamp's down. Sure, you can join me. Give him one of the default names. Throw out the cactaball. Lamp joins. Then the king finally catches up with us. That dude disappears. Then the guards run in and grab the thieves. Take him out of the beaver's home. So something we do in GBC speedruns that we won't do here is if you come back to this place after clearing it, the beavers are back and one of them joins your team. But I don't need him for this run. And yeah, the king, having recovered his treasures, he gives us the title bell, which is round, so maybe it'll clog the hole. Here you go, Warabo. Warabo hops out, he's gonna try the bell in here. I would have turned it upside down, but what do I know? Oh no. Oh no! We just stare at it and let all the energy leak out, and then he hops back in. Okay, well that one was a wash. But fortunately, we still have the title bell. The title bell has a magical power. It's the Surf HM. So, we walk up the water now and hit the interact button. We can sail on the title bell. And even if I go back to Oasis, I can actually go in the canal and I can surf around with it and reach a couple of items that I couldn't reach before. There's a monster or two as well on the water that you couldn't encounter before. So all the worlds have a little bit of built-in, like, reasons to revisit them, like that. Oh, yeah, we're gonna go in here real quick and talk to Mom. So this Drac Slime on the farm has a sunburn, I think is the GBC excuse. So she wants me to go buy some love water and gives me 200 gold for that. And love water only costs like 50, so that's good. That's a nice allowance. I'm gonna spend it on pork chops. Oops, not quite that many. Yes. We'll find a love water somewhere else, it's fine. So yeah, there's 4 of those quests that you can do for Mom. And for each one, she pays you up front, and completing the last one, there's no reward for it. So there's actually absolutely no reason to complete the last one. I think they changed it a little bit though, because in this version, after Pirate, you can't get the 4th one. So we're only going to fulfill 2 of them. But I believe in GBC, after Pirate, you sign up for the last one, where she tells you to go get a sirloin. Get an extra $1,000 out of it. It's fine, we'll be a little poorer. We don't need the money as much in this run, because the final boss is not as scary on GBC. But yeah, after Warabo gives us the surf power from the bell, he tells us, okay, you need to go find another key. I can sense that there is a pirate key somewhere in the world. You should go find it. And if you talk to a couple people, actually I think somebody runs up to you when you pop out of the well and mentions that the tournament is open and there's the king has invited you to participate in the beginner class. That's what we're doing here. These monsters are not a threat to level 10 slash. Also, I noticed that I think it's the spot slime I have in the front of the team. I think he healed at some point. None of my monsters have any healing skills, so that was the personality thing. If that actually did happen and I didn't dream it. Bird combat. These guys can't even hurt slash at level 10. In these arena fights, this is a much bigger thing in Monsters 1 than Monsters 2, because this is the only arena fight I do, but I do not have the option of directly controlling my team. So that's part of why I'm just sitting here holding the turbo button in.
Otherwise, I'd probably be using Slash's fireball spell more strategically. For some reason, he likes to cast it after killing 1 or 2 monsters. Alright. So the reward for clearing that tournament match is the pirate key. Kaizoku no Kagi. And that's all we need to do here for now, so let's go jump into Pirate. So the first objective in Pirate is to acquire a water monster, and the second objective is to acquire a monster that can dance. And we're going to do both at the same time. There are 2 monsters that fulfill both criteria. There's an optional boss called the Hood Squid, which is what you get in GBC, but because the encounter rate is so high in this game, we're just gonna go for the other option of the Octo Kid, but I'm gonna save first because I only have a limited amount of meat. Forgot that's what the name I was using last night. Probably would have named myself that again if I remembered. Okay, so we're gonna hop straight into the water and sail up to town where the first plot trigger is. And we do not find Octo Kid first try. There's only a maximum of 5 monsters in any given zone. See a spot slime. So, yeah, I don't know if it's a flat 20% for each monster to show up when it picks a monster out of the pool. In Monsters 1, that is not the case, so that's probably not the case here either. It's probably the case in the randomly generated key worlds, but probably not in the story world. There's my Octo Kid. It's gonna be annoying if I gotta clear a big fight with just Slash. I've got plenty of herbs, and I really don't need to hang on to them. But, well, I guess the lamp and the spot slime really don't help that much anyway. 3 Rogue Waves. Rogue Wave sprite's pretty good in this version. They look pretty janky in GBC. There's a lot of sprites in GBC that are just like much worse than all the others. Okay, I won't do this. I'll have them figure it out. I don't actually know how many pork chops is the right number of pork chops to throw at this Octo Kid, so I'm gonna throw 2. Octo Kid's pretty obnoxious to recruit because he has the heal spell, which we don't really need. But, oh, please don't cast Fireball. Go away first. Okay. But yeah, it just slows this fight down a lot if he just starts healing every other turn. And he hits pretty hard. I don't think he can hit for 16. There's not very much randomness in the damage formula in this game. It did not join me. That's disappointing. Oops. Turbo on that menu. Got one more shot at it and then I'll have to reset the console. It is always annoying on PlayStation. Especially the first time, because you have to set the fast disk speed again. For some reason, if you soft reset the first time, it will not remember fast disk speed. But after that, it does. Shrug. Yeah, this is pretty much the same game as GBC Kobe's Journey. There's some differences here and there that I've been pointing out. No Octo Kids today. Maybe I got really lucky in my D-Rest runs. Not really sure why I'm standing next to the tower and not the town. Town is where I'm going. Part of me really wants to grab this meat because I'm really greedy about overworld items. Okay, well, we might die here. I was about to say I should just reset because I don't know if I have enough health to do this. And they are. I feel like they're going to kill me and this is going to be a waste of time. Herb. I'm just going to walk over to the console. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, apparently it did remember fastest speed. It shouldn't have. I don't know. I don't question the Sony PlayStation 2. When I question the Sony PlayStation 2, it eats my discs. Let it do what it wants. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I probably logged like 200 hours or more in this game casually when I was growing up. The GBC version, that is. Just because it was like one of my go-to games to play when my parents would drag me places and I had nothing to do but play on my Game Boy. Oops. I did not want to fight. These Petatiles, the left two monsters, have a move that we will definitely see later. Where, it's called Kamikaze in the English GBC version, but it basically is an attack that lowers your HP and the target's HP down to single digits. Okay, let's recruit this one, huh? I'm gonna wait to throw the meat. I think, I can never remember if it's Monsters 1 and Monsters 2, and it might even be different for PlayStation, but in one of the games, using items to heal yourself makes the monsters less likely to join you. So we'll just kill off these rogue waves at least, then heal up to full, and then throw my meat. Don't heal him. Essentially, mechanically, like, there's this recruitment number in the background that starts at 10, and when you throw meat, it goes up. When you heal yourself, it goes down. If you heal the enemies, it goes up. This poison is obnoxious. Why am I poisoned? Did Rogue Wave poison me? Kinda want him to heal himself. Okay. Alright, start throwing pork chops. Yeah, pork chop will increase that number by 30 if I heal. If this is one of the games that does this, it lowers the amount by half of what I healed for. I keep throwing pork chops. At a certain number, the recruitment chance maxes out. I don't know what it is for OctoKid, but it's probably not higher than 100. I have enough leeway to be fine healing here. Please kill him. Please don't make me use more herbs. Didn't kill him, huh? It's still alive. There we go. Please join me. Thank you. Okay, we can continue. I'm gonna grab this for money. Okay, it was a rib. That's pretty good. I do not want to fight you. I feel like I should cure this poison. Ooh. Well, okay, I fell into the town. I think that money will still be there when I leave. Alright, so first story beat of the pirate world. We walk in here, Prince Kameha is at the bar. Turns out he's trying to find a plug for the navel as well. He just throws us out of the way and leaves with his buddies. Then we want to talk to this old man, and the reason you need a water monster with you is because you have to splash water on this guy to wake him up so he'll tell you stories about mermaids. He talks for a bit, and I don't know exactly what he says, but he gives you hints about the next story beat, which is I need to go to a town on the west side of this island and bring a monster that can dance. Do not sell herbs here. Buy love waters, I guess. Antidote on Slash. Oh, money. Okay. Friend staff, that's good. So the staff I picked up will cast twin hits in battle, which, hey, I guess all the items on the map are in the same place today. But yeah, twin hits doubles your attack power. The bike hill spell that we saw Deathmore use in DQ6. How much meat do I have? Okay. I want to recruit this mole. Oh, it was female, right? I think so. It is female, okay. Nikita. The name of our mole. Optionally, I'd kind of like to recruit an army ant as well. They can show up in this zone that I just walked into. Eh. Probably not going to go out of my way for it because there's another monster I can recruit later instead. But I'm going to get like 3 or 4 fights in this zone, so the opportunity presents itself, I'll grab the ant. Yeah, this is where I need a monster that has a dance ability. The Octokid has Lure Dance, which can cause enemies to lose a turn, which is also the same move that the Hood Squid has. I don't know if you specifically need Lure Dance or any dance move. I don't know what other dance moves are available. I guess the Eggplant monster that we saw in the overworld, it probably has Lure Dance, because it has it in DQ7. So this game came out before, well, no, it came out alongside DQ7. Eggplant in Monsters 1? I don't think so. I forgot this guy shows up in PlayStation. Got 2 orcs now, his team's getting a little stronger. Kind of makes sense that they would show that, because on GBC, he shows up with a curse lamp, and then the next time you see him, he's the boss of the ice world, and there's like no in between there. Alright. So we went to talk to the Mermaid Queen to ask her if she knew of any magical items, and I'm not sure exactly what information she gives you. Ultimately, we want to get to this cave that's on a small island in the middle of the pirate world, but it's currently surrounded by rocks. So we need to get the Moonstone to change the tide so that we can access that area. You really do not want this guy to kill my gopher, but pay attention to my gopher's health. Don't kill my Octokid either. Yeah, the Moonstone, the Mermaid Queen tells us the Moonstone is on the pirate ship. And the pirate ship does not exist on the overworld until you talk to her. This is the magic potion. We'll give that to Mom later. It's one of her errands. World Leaf, Repellent, Dolphin Mantle. Dolphin Mantle we're just gonna sell. World Leaf is a revival item. And the Repellent is pretty important. It's just like a Pokemon Repel, it just eliminates random encounters. Doesn't have to do with your level or anything. Now that I've said that, maybe Pokemon Repels do depend on your level. I don't remember. But in most Dragon Quest games, they only repel very weak monsters relative to your hero. But in this game, they're very powerful. They'll eliminate encounters for like 200 steps. Guess I should have just fought it. Please don't kill my gopher, I want to keep my life. I don't know the exact chances of running in this game. My guess would be 25% first try, 50%, 75%, and then guaranteed. Because running first try does not happen very much. Okay, here's Cap dead. We gotta fight him to get the Moonstone. Also, I want to change my tactic on the Octokid. Let's do the healing one. So I mentioned that in the arena I can't give direct commands to my monsters. I actually can in all other battles. It's just not really worth the menuing. The AI is pretty smart. So, yeah, Slash is just going to be attacking. The Hood Squid might attack or defend, but it'll heal if it needs to. And then the Gopher is using Zombie Cut, is the big cross that you see right there. And Zombie Cut just has extra damage against undead enemies. On the GBC, this fight's a lot scarier. It's he shows up with 2 friends, 2 of those bone slaves I fought on the way here. And they've got an AoE move, so at the beginning of the fight, like if they both cast their bang spell, you can get stuck in a pretty bad spot. but this version it's just cap dead. He mostly just attacks. He does have the either call help or yell help ability. I'm not sure which one it is. Yell help's just the upgraded call help, but if he does that, you can get hit by like 4 attacks. I really want the Gopher to survive this. I probably should have manually healed him when he hit 1 HP there, but whatever. But I need the Gopher to hit level 10 before I leave this place, and this is the last boss fight. So, if I don't get it off this fight, I need to get it off random encounters. Ski no Ishi, Moonstone, or Moon Rock. Alright, I'm gonna hop in here to buy some stuff. This is the town closest to where I entered this world, but we're popping into it last. I believe I sell the dolphin mantle here. I probably don't need to, though, with all that money I picked up earlier. That's the confirm what I need to buy here. It's pork chops and love waters. I already have a couple of love waters. Let's just grab, like, 8 pork chops. Sounds good. I don't know. Buy a couple more of these. I've got room. You can hold up to 30 items in this game. That item under my gold is how many items I have right now. That number under my gold. Oh, I should save. Yeah, there's a lot of MP actually. Last night when I was doing a practice run, I had no MP here and I just went all the way back to town. Oh wait. My timing's off. It's fine. I was skipping a step. I thought we were going to the island, but we gotta go to the tower first. Extra saves don't hurt. Just slow because it's a PlayStation. Yeah, so I guess there's still opportunity for me to run out of magic. I don't really need much magic though. I only need to fight, potentially one fight. Oh. Yeah, okay. At least use Blaze and not Fireball. Totsume Piero, One-Eye Clown, is one of the most directly translated monster names on the GBC. Okay, that's all there is to this tower. Go up here, we use the Moonstone wherever it went. I guess it would be easier to find if I sorted my inventory before that, but I just don't have that level of detail. Okay, picked up the warp staff, right? There it is. That was the item that I picked up in the last town I went into. It just teleports me to the shrine where I could go back home if I wanted to, but I'm not needing to. If you go back to Great Log, you get a free heal. Fully restored HP and MP. So that's a safety option, but mostly I just want to save because I have a limited amount of meat. And if I run out of meat, or if my monsters die, then I'm going to want to reload. Prince Kameha has found his way to the island with his pirate buddy. 2 pirate buddies. He's going pretty casually. Confirm it was female. Go for his female. Okay, that means I need a male dark eye. We're gonna breed them together to create the ultimate monster. You've seen a GBC speedrun, it's the same monster. So, I don't actually know if this works the same on PlayStation as GBC. I'm not positive if like you can tell from the formations what the gender is of the monsters. So, but I'm gonna play it as if that is the case, because I don't know better. And since I need a male dark eye, I'm gonna go to the second floor, because on GBC up here, only a quarter of them are male. But down here, it's more like 50-50. It's coming, once again, trying to hustle to stay ahead of us. But oh no! The floor gave out. Me. Okay, I have absolutely no idea if this dark eye is male or female. But it's a coin toss. I'm feeling good about it. I'm also kind of hoping that the AI goes after the dark eye last. Nope. Okay, we'll intervene. Another thing about giving orders is that at this point in the game, yeah, the two monsters that I recruited from the wild may not listen to me. Thanks, guys. Because there's a stat called, in GBC it's translated as wild. I guess I can run from this. Why am I fighting it? Killed the thing I'm trying to recruit. But yeah, the higher that number is, the less likely the monster will listen to you. And really, after you clear the pirate world, that stat is a non-factor. Because when you breed monsters, they start at 0, and when monsters are in your team, wild can only go down. So all wild really does after this world, where you're pretty much only using monsters you bred, it just kind of stops you from recruiting monsters and putting them straight in your team, which is annoying. And also, if monsters stay in the farm for too long, they'll get wild. You can lower it by giving them meat, but it's kind of expensive. I think they did a good thing in removing that mechanic for later games. So I think if this were... Actually, I got this fight last night, and the middle one was male, so... If PlayStation works the same as GBC, this should be good. Chops. Throw pork chops till it's over. I know in GBC you max out the recruit chance with 1 rib, which is a couple points more. It's basically 3 1/3 pork chops. If I throw 3 pork chops, it should join me. If I have the chance, I'll throw a 4th one. Yeah, they've got like 90 HP, so they could take quite a few hits from my team. Kind of a creepy level of detail on this sprite. Yeah, and it was male. Okay, sweet. Oh no, I don't need to take him with me. Okay, now I want to activate my repellent so that I don't get any more fights in here. Also, the treasure chest that I went out of my way to get at the start of this dungeon was another repellent. Boom! Kameha, coming in! Kameha, going to the east. See ya, buddy. If you go over there, there's a hole that he fell into. Oh. This adventure is not going well for Prince Kameha. And spoiler, it's not going to get better for him. In this version, you can't be killed by the damage tiles, so I just walk straight through them. It's a little faster with the diagonal movement. The Kameha gets here. We found the treasure room, but his buddies betray him. They tie him up while we just stand here and watch. They open the chest, which has this magical mirror in it. And it turns out they were monsters all along. But Prince Kameha's upset at this betrayal. He's not gonna let him get away with this. So he stomps on the ground, and another hole opens up. So now, the Mirror of Destruction, the Hakai no Kagami, falls onto us. GBC version, the mirror is translated as Har Mirror, kind of a portmanteau of harm and mirror. I don't know if it's intentionally supposed to sound like the GBC name for the Mirror of Ra, which somehow got translated as Lar Mirror, but I don't know, in my head it is. Kind of like the Har Mirror translation. But Japanese name Mirror of Destruction, because they've got kanji they can work with. Character limit is not really a hindrance. And oh no, the Mirror of Destruction didn't work either. Seems the only item we can find that can plug this hole is Warabo's butt. So yeah, we get the power from the Mirror of Destruction. Now we're able to destroy the big boulders that you may have noticed on the overworld of Pirate. I don't know if we ever actually destroy any in this run. Maybe in Sky. What am I doing here? I'm doing things out of order, but it's fine. So this guy actually is asking if I want to breed a monster with him. It's AutoKid, right? Please confirm, because you do not want to mess this up. Like I did last time I ran this in TheCowness RTA Marathon. Last time I ran this in this marathon was 2020, and after the next world, I messed up one of the breeds. I used the wrong monster, and it's, in a lot of cases, not something you can fix. So I just reset and had to redo all of the next world, and it was like a 25-30 minute mistake. We're trying to avoid those today. It's part of the reason I'm running it in this year's marathon, is to get a better showing. The other reason is because nobody else submitted any spin-offs, so I'm like, boot up a spin-off. I don't need to talk to you. Why do I always think I need to talk to you? So this is the ice key. They just kind of hand it to you in this version. On GBC, you need a gopher, and you come up here and you give it to Dad, and then the gopher digs up the key. But I don't know, they just removed that requirement here. I need to talk to Mom. So the next two quests for Mom are the magic potion I picked up and a rib. So I'm gonna give her the love water she asked for originally. She's gonna pay me to go get a potion. I already have one, so that's easy. And then she's gonna pay me to find a rib, which is the tier 3 meat. She gives me money for it. I think I have one on me. I did earlier, maybe I sold it. But I'm not gonna give it to her, because there's no reward for doing so. Do not pay children up front for errands. They will not run the errand. Okay, we're gonna go to the Shrine of Starry Night, which unlocked when I completed Pirate World. This is where we breed monsters. First thing I'm gonna do is hatch the Aquarella that we bred with the OctoKid plus Armorpede. Then I'm going to breed Gopher plus Dark Eye to make a Grizzly Dragon Quest III bear. Yeah, there's definitely more runners of the GBC version of this in the West than of this. I was saying at the start of the run, but I don't think I've ever seen anybody else, like English speaking, do a speed run of this version of this game. But quite a few runners of the GBC version. Alright, we got our bear. I think that's everything I need to do here. Yeah. And yeah, our main objective is to plug up that hole with a magic item. So we keep going into these worlds, look for a magic item, and time after time, the item we find just doesn't work. And but fortunately, we get magical abilities from each one that doesn't work. Free warp staff, I'll take it. Oh, I forgot about the friend staff I picked up earlier. That would have sped up the captive fight. I need to go in here, don't I? This world is a lot different from the GBC speedrun. I should sort my inventory before talking to this guy. I think I need to do that in this menu on GBC. Oh, it's this one. Oh, it's the one that starts with item. I only had a couple of opportunities to do D-Rust runs before showing it off here. Been very, very busy this spring. But we're gonna get through it. So I'm selling stuff right now, just clearing room in my inventory. I don't even really need the money, I just kinda wanna clear room. No, we buy ribs here, so I don't need any more of these pork chops. Alright. We're gonna buy 6 warp staves since I picked one up randomly. The exit bell item that we used earlier to get out of a dungeon. Free long twig, really? I thought I only used 2. I don't know. I'll trust the notes. Ribs. I got the money for it. Let's buy a 3rd rib. Okay, and I kept some love waters, right? Yeah, good. Alright. So the log twig item I purchased. See what that does in a second. But it allows me to move the shrine right there. And that's handy because now I can use a warp staff to jump to it. Go over here, we found this shield, but it's encased in a block of ice, which is kind of hard to tell. It looks like it's just sitting on a piece of ice, but I believe it is implied to be frozen inside the ice. So we talked to the Spirit Rubus here. She gives us this medallion that denotes us as the envoy of the spirit. And I'm going to keep walking to burn off this repellent that I used. Here's a plot trigger that you don't need to do in GBC. We're going to show these guys medallion. Always the guy on the left. I don't know why I talked to the guy on the right. And we need to go talk to the Chancellor here. I'm not sure exactly what he says, but he probably says the king's been acting strange. It's usually what chancellors say when you talk to him when you're not able to talk to the king. So what's going on here basically is there's a cave down to the south where supposedly a gold mine has found a rich vein of gold, and this kingdom and another one are fighting over it. We'll find out later that it's all orchestrated by monsters. I need to warp staff. I also need to burn off this repellent. I need to recruit a monster here. My monsters are still level 1, so I really need to fight something. Okay. That's a downside of recruiting the Dark Eye on the second floor. Second slot monster is an Aqua Umbrella or Aquarella in GBC. I don't remember which main series game it's from. It's 5 or 6. Good luck, Slash. Oh, I didn't equip the War Ring on Bear. Not the end of the world, but I don't know if this fight's gonna work out. We'll see. Nobody dies this turn, we might be good. Yeah, please keep hitting the slime. Okay, that was actually very friendly targeting. Could be good from here on out. Maybe. Okay. Actually, I still have my World Leaf, so we are good. Do you have any other small healing? No. Okay. Could put the bear on defensive. The wild bears are pretty weak, though. But I did see him hit for 16 a minute ago. Okay, well, apparently he's gonna want a health. There we go. We have the shrine as well. Yeah, this world's kind of obnoxious to navigate. But it makes a lot of sense to move the shrine around, especially if you're like in here recruiting specific monsters, or if you're going into the tower. Though at the end of the chapter you do need to move back up to the lake here. Okay, I'm gonna go to the town. No, I can't go to the town, they're in the way. Okay. We'll just not save, it'll be fine. I need a hammerhead, though. I should have healed before this fight. Okay. Didn't comment the first time, or the second time I did this in the menu, but this tactics option here just makes your characters automatically cast heal until everybody's full. Neat. Red? Okay. So the reason we have the bear is because he is very strong. He gets very, very high strength growth the first 15 times he levels up. Talking double-digit gains. No. Yeah, after one fight, he's dealing as much damage as Slash plus the Aqua Umbrella combined. Okay, now where's my ribs? Please join me, Hammerhead. Ginger on the Hammerhead does not matter. Only the Dark Eye. Nice. Okay. Do not need him. Send him back to the farm. He should already be well over level 10. You need to be level 10 to breed monsters. Oh, I didn't grab this. Alright. I don't know what this guy's freaking out about. Probably something to do with the conflict over the gold mine. So we're gonna go in here and see what this hype is about. See what they're fighting over. I will fight this. Also, the dog is awake. Gotta make a bunch of noise. Please don't. Scratch his ears and then he won't make noise. Yeah, there's only 5 story worlds until the end of the game, so there are definitely power spikes in between them. They definitely intended you to breed your monsters before coming into the ice world. Because if you don't specifically have a grizzly, the boss fights in this world are a very big step up from the previous worlds. I really like the power scaling in DQM1 because there's way more worlds, gates in Monsters 1. That's a smoother progression. Hey, we found the gold that they're fighting over. Let's go check it out. Then the bomb crag shows up and says, hey, don't touch that. And at this point in time, I'm going to remember that the friend stuff exists. Where is it though? Here it is. Now the bear is gonna trash this guy. 138 now that his attack is doubled. I think he's got 500 HP. I could be making that up. He's not doing the attack that makes him dangerous on GBC, but he's got the rock throw ability, which can deal like 60 damage to your whole team if you don't resist it. Yeah, okay. Well, that was clean. I've noticed a lot of weirdness with the just AI in general in the PlayStation ports versus GBC, where especially in Monsters 1, there are a lot of bosses that just don't use their strong move nearly as often. Notably in the final battle of Monsters 1 PS1, I don't think I've ever seen the Rainhawk use Mega Magic. Maybe once in a challenge run of some kind. My exit bills. Yeah, we kill the bomb crag and then he explodes, and it turns out there wasn't a whole bunch of gold at all, it was just a little bit of dust. And then the soldiers are like, oh, this is what we're fighting over? This isn't great. Let's go report back to our respective kingdoms. And they run off, and then we go here as well to talk to the king. We talk to the king, we tell him, hey, there's not actually any gold in the mine. He doesn't believe us and drops us into the pit, where the real king and Prince Kameha are sitting. You can't do it in this version. In the GBC version, if you inspect the wrong wall, Kameha will smash his face into it unsuccessfully. But sadly on PlayStation, you can only interact with the correct wall. Now the two kings are fighting. The one on the left is the monster. You just talk to him like 4 or 5 times and he reveals himself. Okay, did my friend stuff break? No, it did not. So we're gonna destroy this guy too. I think it broke there. The Aqua Umbrella will learn by kill though. I think off of this fight. It would have been nice if Slash died earlier. I kinda mentioned this earlier, kinda didn't do a good job of mentioning it, but XP is split in this game. So he dropped 1007 XP right there. It was really 3020, but divided by 3. because I have 3 living monsters, so if Slash were dead, I'd have gotten 1500 on my living monsters. And Slash just kind of outstayed his welcome at this point. He has HP, and that's about it. I don't know if he even has Firebane yet. He takes a while to learn his upgraded spells. But even if he has Firebane, it's really nothing compared to the bear's attack power. Alright. So that's Norden taken care of. There are 3 kingdoms in the ice world that are all being kind of messed with by the monsters. I think this guy tells us to go check on the other 2. On GBC, this is a pretty minor deviation, but on GVC here, you would walk back to the mine and get to the next castle from there, but in this version, you walk through here to a town and just sail around. Kind of a pointless change. I don't know why they blocked off that. I should use my repellent. That's fine. Because I'm pretty sure you just have free access to that town on GBC. And there's some pretty good shops there. They just decided in this version to block it off till you take care of the Silver Devil. Ag Devil. Pup, what are you growling at? It is raining really hard out there. I'm sure there's not anybody outside. Alright. This castle's problem is that the queen is sad. Kameha, please. Wait your turn. You read the sign and it says anyone who can make the queen laugh gets a reward. Kameha doesn't want to wait in line, so he just destroys everybody. Yeah, we go in here. There's a cutscene here of Kameha trying to make the queen laugh. Look at him go. Oh. Oops. Oh, he's going again. Oh. I don't know what he's doing. But it looked painful. So, the guards are going to escort Prince Kameha out, except he's not going to be escorted, he's going to run. Okay, I was half right. There wasn't a person outside in the rain, but there was a squirrel, so we had to bark at the squirrel. But it's run off, so we can stop. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what triggers lead you to this. I know somebody hints at this, but it turns out that the queen is missing her soul, and that's why she's not able to laugh. We have to go here to find her soul. That horse is much less cursed on PlayStation than GBC, where they tried to cram it in the same sprite size as all of the people. But I believe there's somebody who mentions that there's like a spirit haunting this forest or something, so you go check it out, and it's the queen. And she's not really sure where she is or who she is, but she'll jump into your inventory, and then we'll go back to the castle and plug it in. Ew. Walk out of here. Let's talk to the horse. There you go. One really nice change from GBC to PS1 is it's much faster jumping on top of the clamshell and later the sky shield. Alright, the queen's in her room right now, so we gotta climb up the wall here. Up off our health. Try to put the queen's soul back inside her, but then this puppet comes to life. Says, hey, stop that. Pretty sure my hand staff is broken. Do you have bike killing yet? No, not yet. Okay, so we're pretty much just gonna attack. This guy's only got like 450 HP. If you have bike kill or friend staff, he dies in 2 attacks from the bear. But we'll kill him in 5 instead. Maybe 4 if the other 2 monsters chip in enough damage. He really doesn't have anything threatening except right there he used Panic Dance, which confuses. I think my Aquarella is confused. It's hard to tell. I think it's spinning in circles right now. But the nature of the monster, it's okay, yeah, now everybody's confused. That's cool. Physical attacks can knock him out of confusion, or it can just wear off on its own. Slash is dead. Thank you, bear. Did not unconfuse the bear. That did. Just finish him off. Don't make me heal. Thank you. It was all planned. Now that Slash is dead, we get more XP. Oops, don't forget that. Okay, now the Aqua Umbrella has bike kill. If Slash had died earlier, I would have had it for that fight. Which, the XP management, I know, is something that got a lot of attention when a bunch of Westerners picked up the GBC run a couple years ago. Trying to make sure you kill off the monsters that don't need XP, and it matters in this run too, but I do not have that level of optimization in my writing. Yeah, if they die, they die. Don't really go out of my way to make them die. Monsters 2 is such an easy run to complete though. You really don't need those optimizations to be able to finish. That cutscene goes on for some time. TLDR, the queen has her soul back. Alright, so the kings have a truce here. I don't think this cutscene even happens in GBC. Oh, they gave him Death Dance in 3DS? That's obnoxious. You probably don't have revival spells at this point. Well, I don't know about 3DS. Maybe you do on 3DS. Alright. We're almost done with Ice. So GBC, there's an extra quest you have to do here, but they made it, I keep saying DLC. That's obviously not what it is. But after you clear Ice, you can come back and help out the Third Kingdom. And they tie in the tower in the middle of the lake to it. But... okay. He really has 80 max HP. Maybe he's the one that's supposed to have the warrior ring. It's fine, we have a bear. Heal the bear. I'm not gonna worry about the Aquarella dying. Do I have any healing items? Nope. We are beholden to agility rolls, which is exactly what you want in Dragon Quest. Okay, Bear might be fine, bear might not be fine. Let's find out. Bear might not be fine. I'm gonna look one more time. I've got the leaf. I've got a world too. Doesn't feel good, but we're using the world too. Okay. Big XP for the bear. Didn't really matter that much though, because like I said, at level 17 his attack growth drops off. And you only get to carry a quarter of your stats into the next generation anyway, and I'm about to breed him. So it doesn't really matter that the bear got extra XP, doesn't really matter that the Aquarella didn't get any XP at all. And it's still a good thing that Slash didn't get any. Oh, I gotta select the... Where is it? An item name I don't see often. There it is. It ends with the same word as Roto's token from DQ 1 and 2, but the beginning is unfamiliar to me. Yeah, we need to throw the spirit's token back into the lake, and then the spirit brings spring and gives us the sky shield. And we just don't talk about the third castle. I'm sure they're fine. On GBC, you would go over, there's a queen over there who is stuck in a coma, and you gotta bring a plant to wake her up. Fight another monster. I forget exactly how they changed it in this version, but if I go back in there after clearing ice, there's some side quest involving the tower in the middle of the lake. Spoiler, the sky shield didn't work either. So here is a big story change from GBC. Turns out Prince Kameha has found the legendary golden apple, and he believes that it can serve as a plug for the log's navel. And he's right. Look at that. The game is done. We did it. Prince Kameha saves the day. Alright. So, since all of this is new to the PlayStation version, I don't know what any of these conversations are. But, yeah, there's gonna be a couple extra cutscenes and a couple extra triggers here. This is probably some kind of a celebratory feast. Probably throwing him some meat. There you go, buddy. Thanks for helping out. Little dragon kid, he did so much to help. He deserves meat, right? I didn't mention this earlier, but after Pirate, the water around town crept up a bit. And that's a symptom of the energy leaking out of Great Log. If you go here, there's a bottle. I Google translated all this at some point, but I don't remember what the message inside the bottle says. I think it's just the start of a scavenger hunt, basically. You need to hit a couple of these triggers, and at the end of it, I'm going to get a Sky Dragon egg. And I think each message leads you to the next message. So there's one here in the library. There's between two of these books, there's a handwritten message. This was all very hard for me to find when I was playing this casually, by the way. I had no idea what was going on. I think I looked up a speedrun to figure out where these triggers are. This one is just impossible. You don't speak Japanese or Google Translate the text. I'm gonna save. Just in case I screw up the breeding again. Is that a complete paranoia? Yeah, no translation patch that I'm aware of for this one. It'd be nice. Okay, this is killer ape, so we breed the grizzly with a killer ape, which is going to make a grizzly with better starting stats. You don't believe he solved the problem? You think Prince Kameya's up to something? We'll see. Yeah, next trigger is the bottom of the slide over here. I think this is where you get the egg. And the last trigger is the nest in the farm. In the GBC version, this nest has a function, and it has something to do with the Dream Egg feature, but they took that out of this version. That's kind of just a nest. The Waribo shows up, he says something's wrong. The plug isn't holding. What's wrong? What's wrong with the plug? The legendary golden apple. Oh, hold it still. Wait. This isn't the legendary golden apple, it's a Gulpal monster. Oh no. Luckily we still have Waribo's butt to serve as a temporary plug, but now we gotta go find another world to jump into. Okay, now we need to go talk to the king. So far we haven't really been involving the king in any of this business with the sinking island. We probably should have taken it to him right away, but I don't know, I thought the prince would tell him. So, have a conversation about you and Kameya working on this problem. He gives you the sky key. Tenko no Kagi. Zoop up here. Have an accessory out of this pot, which I'm probably just gonna sell. Oh, go in the pub. Almost forgot about this one. Merchant has a spiky boy. Asks if I'd like to breed with it. And it is the hammerhead Okizuchi. Literally just large hammer. And this is going to make a wind beast. The main reason we want the wind beast is because of the kamikaze ability that I mentioned earlier, which can cause the attacker and the target to drop to single-digit HP. To spoil it now, it works on the final boss. I don't know why. It's kind of impressive how they've managed to mess up the final bosses of both Monsters 1 and 2 on PlayStation. The final battle against Mila Yu in Monsters 1, her Coatl has Infernos, Tier 1 Wind Magic, instead of Explodet, Tier 3 Explosive Magic. Give the bear his proper name. This is the Japanese word for bear, if anybody asks. Now, we don't use that Sky Dragon egg, you just get it as part of the story. Yeah, the Dream Eggs in GBC had 3 exclusive monsters as well. Ramia, Dimensor, and Kagebo. Those monsters are in the PlayStation version, but you don't get them the same way. Very high level Wandering Masters can have them in their teams. Was everything right? Yeah. Sky time. They don't count toward the catalog though, so you don't need to get all 3 of them to get Doma's Devil. I'm gonna save just for safety. I still have my world leaf, so it's very unlikely that I load this. And I once again have 2 level 1 monsters, which I'm going to now remember. Where's my Senshi ring? Okay, let's put that on the... you. Okay. Normally you equip that with the previous generation of monsters and it goes to the vault, but I forgot. So put it on him instead. I think I'm still repelling from the ice world, but yeah, we're gonna hopefully run into something I can kill with low level party. Though I'm much stronger than I was last time I had to fight at level 1. Oops. Wrong direction. The outside or the inside? I think it's the outside. I don't want to fight this. This looks scary. I really like that Mad Knight sprite though. Axe Knight. Yeah, we're good. Fight something on the overworld there. A lot of the monsters in here either have pretty high offense or high defense. Those turtles take quite a while to kill with level 1 monsters. And I don't have any healing items, so... I should have just warped out without trying to grab this chest. Ow. Yes, I should have. Even the cleric ring, or did they... No, that's a key. They got rid of the cleric ring. Okay. Waste of time. Let's get out of here. No? Warp staff? Okay. Is there a priest here? I bet you're a priest, right? No. Not at all. What about in the inn? Don't make me use my leaf. Should have gone back to Warabo. Okay. Oh, here he is. Okay. I thought there was a priest. Alright. So, yeah, that tower that I went into has a special trait where the door is locked unless all the monsters in your team have 0 wild, which, since I bred all of these monsters, they do. So just yet another thing discouraging you from using monsters you've recruited. Kind of annoying. Here we're full HP, and then we'll save again. No, we won't. We got the world leaf. We're fine. Enough saving. Nobody likes PlayStation resets. Ooh. Tasty life seed. I'll throw that on you, because your HP really sucks. Let's get a fight before we go in here. This is not ideal. Oh! Ow. Got my hopes up. That was the instant kill spell from the Aquarilla. I forgot he had that. Still have no healing items. That's funny how if I don't pick up any items, they don't, like, magically appear in my inventory, no matter how many times I keep checking. Yeah. Oh, it killed him too. Oh, it killed him too. Oh. I'm gonna go fix that. Thanks, Emu. You still have MP? Got plenty. Yeah, the Floramen, the plant-looking dudes, they both had Firebane, is the tier 2 fire spell. I was worried that they would both cast it, but they were a little nicer than that, but still the combination of Firebane plus the Emu attacking took out both of my monsters. You can find solo encounters in this world. Okay, thought maybe we would demonstrate that, but we didn't. I think we by-killed the bear. Here still it's decently hard at level 1. Not a big deal if the Aquarella dies. I don't know if I want him to, but I'm not going to go out of my way to keep him alive. Okay. Now we're off and running. Oops. Bear starts gaining attack. You can see there he gained 15, 13, 20, 11, 17, 18, 19, 15, 10 more, 12. That's why we got the bear. Hell a frog, huh? There's a monster in this game that's I know the name of it. It's a giant turtle with a world tree on its back. The name might just be Yggdrasil. Oh, oops, I didn't. Here, I'm one of you. Okay. So the story so far in Sky, not too much of a story in Sky really, but you climb the tower looking for a magic item. That bird swoops down and steals the item right in front of you. We're gonna go to its nest here. Ooh, repellent. Okay. More random encounters for the rest of the game is what that repellent means. I need to turn into something shiny. Yeah, after we get out of the tower, we went to that gravestone, and the spirit of the whale mage there told us to check out behind his gravestone. And what we find there is the Staff of Transform from DQ3. And Metal should work. Yeah, if you are a shiny monster, and I don't really know what constitutes shiny, but I know the mirror, like that guy, and metal slime both work. The bird will swoop down and snatch you, thinking that you are a tasty treasure. But in fact, we are a bear. I don't really know what you do. Put everybody back on charge. Probably put the Aquarella on defensive. But yeah, like most bosses in this game and the previous game, this bird doesn't have any special skills. It just has the moves that it learns naturally. mainly heal us, which is a little awkward that it has the self-target, or the area target heal spell when it's only one monster. But he goes down pretty quick, as will all bosses now that we have Bear. Bear continues to grow. 14 more strength. 10 more strength. 20 more strength. And then he drops off. His first 15 levels, he gets over 10 strength on every single one of them. If you've seen him run on Monsters 1, we use the Whipbird monster, which has the same growth on its HP. I don't know if there's anything specific I want to get rid of in this last practice run. I used an ant, so I'm not super familiar with guys' loadout. You know what? Sure, we'll take the bird. Chamu. Sure. No, don't come with me. Just send him to the farm. Alright. Grab this. World Dew. Use our Rock Smash ability. I guess push that off. Yeah, I think if you talk to the mirror guy, he tells you that, where am I walking? Southeast. I think he tells you that the bird was snatching up those... Oh wait, that was my range staff, not repel. Snatching up items for the Monster King, because the Monster King's looking for magic items. Back over here. Ah. Do I do any shopping in the castle right now? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I do. I need to buy some plants. Log twigs. Okay. It's kind of picky about where you stand when you use log twigs in this game. Let me make some room here. Up 2 elf waters. This sell for a lot of money. It's a full MP restore. Doable item. Full magic water. I don't need any of this meat. Got 4 meat items here, and we'll sell. I'm basically just going to buy a bunch of healing items for the last couple bosses to power through them. Well as enough repellents that I don't have to see anymore. Overworld encounters. Buy a couple world leaves, the consumable revival item. Give me more than one. Really, hang on, can you give me 10 more gold so I don't have 59.90? Guess a little love water. There we go. 6,000 will let me buy one more item. Buy 3 of those. World dues. I'd go with a 4th leaf. And then repellents. Okay. So yeah, the remainder of the run is kind of just a couple of boss fights. That we don't have to deal with encounters on the overworld or even in dungeons. Here. Terra can just squeeze through this hole, but Kobe needs to use the change staff. Turn into a smaller monster. The bear fits just fine, I don't question it. Basically, canonically, Kobe is larger than a grizzly. So this is coming up one of the more interesting bosses.
just from a novelty perspective. Really in the Dragon Quest series. It's really the last monster you would expect to be a boss. Because, you know, a boss obviously can't run away from you, that'd be weird. But the boss is a metal babble, and yes, it is worth 10,000 experience. So we're gonna command, you're gonna defend, you're gonna defend, you're gonna evil slash. So I mentioned one ability. There's actually two abilities that I want on this first try. On this Wind Beast. One is Kamikaze, like I mentioned. The other one is Evil Slash, specifically for this fight. It's about a 1/3 chance to be a critical hit, otherwise it misses. So sometimes you get him first shot like this, sometimes you get him like 20th shot. Oops. You can just drop whatever. Bear's only important ability is the one that he just learned. Which was By Attack, which evolves into quad hits, I believe at level 24. I don't know if you even... No, he'll probably get 24 off of... Which... Oko, that is... Kamikaze. That's high jump that he just learned. Okay. So we look in this treasure chest and we find the Heaven Shield? Helmet. Close enough. Yeah, we're trying to get an audience with the Monster King, but to see him, we have to bring him a bunch of magical items. So we're gonna find the 3 pieces of heaven equipment, which I think are named the same as the Zenithian equipment from Dragon Quest 4 through 6. No, 4 and 5. 6 names them differently. This tower is so much faster on PlayStation. It takes a full second for this cloud to spawn on GBC. And I hate this tower on GBC. But it's fun on PlayStation, just zoop straight through. Whee. Yeah, we're gonna find the sword, shield, helmet, no armor. And take them to the Monster King. Wait, no, I'm wrong. It's no shield. But the sky shield that I'm using to fly around right now, its name is spelled differently from the rest, so I don't know if it's supposed to be part of the set or what. It's the tower. The tower's like 2 minutes long, and I think I just flew through it in like 30-40 seconds. Out. I think I'm supposed to exit the hull, but it's fine. Plenty of repellents. Alright. Last piece of equipment. I think the armor is what I just picked up. I think the sword is in here. This dungeon disappoints me on PlayStation because there were a couple of not super complicated puzzles in here, but there are things that they removed, and things being removed makes me sad. More on that during the Dragon Quest VII Reimagined run in RPG Limit Break main event in a couple of weeks. But yeah, there's a puzzle with a couple of coffins, and like if you interact with a coffin, it makes all the adjacent ones open or close, and you gotta get them all closed. There's another puzzle where you gotta ring bells to make a ghost move in certain directions to get him to his coffin. And then the third puzzle, which they did keep in, is kind of like that puzzle in Link's Awakening with all the signs pointing to each other. There's a bunch of skeletons in the middle of this courtyard that give you a direction. You should walk in, and then you talk to another skeleton, and it just leads you around in circles. But if you know where it's leading you... I know this game, that's why I had to look at the map. Yeah, if you know where it's leading you, you can just walk straight there. I think is the bottommost over here. I think on GBC it's the second. What? Maybe it's the second. Or was I just off center? Oh, I hit it. Okay. Just didn't do anything. It was just text. Okay. Probably not full HP because we just leveled up a bunch. Night Rich can be a pain. It could also not be a pain. We'll see. But he likes to call his friend Diego. Hopefully that doesn't happen on the first turn, but it's not the end of the world if he does. Bear's gonna double attack every turn. Oh, nice, doing Ice Breath. I know he had Ice Breath. Do yourself, I guess. The memory cursor does not remember which skill I selected, which can be kind of annoying. I can't just hold turbo through this. There I cast Heal More, which is not going to keep up with the bear's damage. If I kill him, I guess. I don't know. Oops. The bear has Zombie Slash? How much damage does that do to this guy? He just crit my Aqua Umbrella. I'm curious about Zombie Slash. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I killed him. It was not more damage than by attack, though. Alright. Did not give me quad hits. Probably fine, though. Denko no Tsurugi. Even sword. Oh, I need to walk outside and use the warp staff. Can't use it indoors, thanks DQ4. Throw another repellent out. Did not pick up any items, so I don't really have any, here's the inn. I don't have any money to spend. The inn always costs 10 gold, so we'll just get a heal here real quick. Do I want my umbrella revived? I think I do. Yeah. Did not refill his magic, so I have to again. Yeah, I need him for bike hill. When hits. Whatever you want to call it. Oomph. There's Mudo, the Monster King. He's actually smaller in this version than GBC. They gave him a 2x2 tile sprite on GBC, but that's just the same sprite that he has when you have him in your team. The guy on the left, yeah, I got 3 heaven items. Dude, get out of my way. I'm actually going to be pretty close to the estimate that's on screen. I don't know why I put 215 on screen when I put 225 on the schedule. 215 was my real estimate, but because DQ6 had a estimate ending in 50 minutes, and I didn't want the schedule to have runs starting on like 10, so I wanted them in even numbers. It was aesthetically pleasing. That was why I added 10 minutes to my estimate. Let all the rest of the runs start on either 0s or 30 minutes.
fine. Yeah, the Monster King invites us into his castle since we got those items, but his goons still attack us along the way. One time to heal full. Axe koalas with eye patches? Yes, actually. What is their GBC name? Beast Knight? I think it's Beast Knight. Since our bear isn't strong enough, I know he's been lacking in the damage department. Oops. Apparently there's an extra floor here. We're gonna get him some steel fangs. And we have even more bear. What's bear's attack power right now? 418. Fangs gave him 50 more, so that's a pretty considerable boost. Good. So here's Mudo. We saw Mudo in DQ6, though. I don't know. It's probably a different group of people watching this run than who were here 6 hours ago for Mudo in DQ6. Very different Mudo fight. Much easier. Kind of annoying that he uses D-Magic a lot, which takes my bike hill off, but... Ow. Also, turn order's pretty volatile in this fight. But yeah, I'll keep going with Evil Slash from the Wind Beast. Bear's using Bite Attack. Aquarella's kind of just healing and casting Bike Hill. If he uses Freezing Waves, then he's not doing damage to me, so it's usually not a hindrance. Not entirely unwelcome. Heal the bear. D-Magic again, Freezing Waves. It's too early in the morning for me to be consistent with the skill names in my commentary. I did get more sleep last night than the duration of this run, but only barely. Probably going back to bed after this. Just heal the bear, we're close enough. Man, Evil Slash is hitting almost every time today. It's really kind of just a nice to have compared to the bear's damage. Bear's doing like 450 a turn. Evil Slash does 160 when it hits. But I'm not really noticing it miss. Makes me wonder if it's more effective in this version than I realize. Because it's hit chance does change from game to game. Sometimes it's a third, sometimes it's 3/8. Maybe it's a 50-50 in this, I don't know. Or maybe I'm just really lucky. Turns out Mudo was Prince Kameha all along. I'm not really sure why they made that change. In the GBC version, Mudo is not the Monster King. He's just kind of the guy, you know, the Monster King's right-hand man or whatever, and then you beat Mudo and walk up here, and then you see Prince Kameha is the Monster King. Also, shoutouts to all the Dragon Quest III orbs in this treasury. Oh no! Dark showed up and took them all. Usually that happens later. In GBC, Dark shows up and he offers you, hey, I've got something that will plug the Log's navel for you and save the day, but, you know, you have to come get it. First condition, second condition, I'm taking all of this treasure. And then when you agree to that, he takes the treasure. But in this version, he just takes it. And he gives me a key to the Gate of Limbo, where he lives. Oh, also that guy showed up. He didn't show up here in GBC. Alright. So the end of Sky World now. We just need to go to Limbo, which is just 2 boss fights, and then we're done. So we tell Waribo what happened. And kind of an annoying thing, after Waribo's done talking to you here, you have to talk to him again. If you don't do that, then you walk into Limbo and can't progress. Okay, I'm just holding turbo, so he's giving me these items. That was another request that Dark made, was that he wants me to bring him the items that I found in the other world. So, which doesn't matter to us because we get to keep their powers even though we're giving them up. Got a random magic key in there because I messed up earlier. Yeah, to get Dark after you beat the game, you on GBC you just spend 10 tiny medals. In this version it's much more obnoxious because the first 20 or 25 medals, I think, that you turn in give you tiered rewards where, like, you know, the first 8 give you a trumpeter egg or whatever. And then after 20 or 25 it turns into a shop and you can purchase the Dark egg. I think it's 20 for the, or 25 for the tiered rewards, and then I think Dark costs 20. So you need 45 total, and it takes a long time to get 45 medals in this game. I mentioned that I completed the monster catalog a couple months ago. I think Dark was the last monster I got. I know he was like one of the last 5 for sure, but I think he was the last monster that I collected. I did get credits. Alright. Cool. So here's my first use of Kamikaze on the bird on the right. Hopefully it hits. Good. And the bear is going afterwards, so hopefully the bear hits the bird now that it's down to 1 HP. Good, it's gone. Alright. Bear's dead. We're going to revive him. This is what the leaves are for. Pop spell, and now I can't heal. I've got dues. Everyone to charge. Where's my dues? This fight's pretty much the reason I need the world dues. I don't really need them anywhere else. Good, bears using potheads. You know, body killed. Did someone in this fight take that off? I don't think so. No, you just... What is turn order? The bear is the slowest monster in the team. I need him to go last, like, all of the time, but he likes to go first. So... yeah, I tried to double his attack power, because the Aqua Umbrella is my fastest monster, but the bear went first and the Umbrella went last. Why are you still not dead? There he goes. Okay, so the final boss fight's coming up, and hopefully it only takes 1 turn. I mentioned he's vulnerable to Kamikaze, so I'm just going to use Kamikaze. Hopefully the Wind Beast goes before the bear, and then the bear will just tap him gently, finish him off. It may not go that way. Dark may go first and kill the Wind Beast or something, but... well, I don't actually know if he can one-shot the Wind Beast, but Kamikaze can miss. So, if it misses, Wind Beast still drops to single-digit HP, and at that point he can be killed off. But that's why I've got all those world leaves. I've got like 3 leaves on me. Let's see how this goes. Why are you still talking? Okay. I'm starting to wonder if something's wrong. We're gonna
Heal the bear. Air attack. Oh, kamikaze. Turn order is the complete opposite of what I wanted. The healer went first, and the bear, and then kamikaze missed. So we're gonna do the same thing, and maybe it'll work the second time. Missed again, killed himself. Confused the bear, that's... I don't know if I even want to use my leaves. I might let him kill me. Okay. Oh, when I said I wanted that fight to only take 2 or 3 turns, that wasn't what I meant. I don't buy any Skybells, so I don't have a cure for that confusion. But it only takes a minute to get back to him. I don't know if I lose my repellent when I die. I probably do. Do I have another one? Yes. Oh, it didn't let me use it, so it's still going. Save again, since we cleared that boss. And then I don't have to be shy with my leaves. Because if I had used my leaves there and the bear just killed my team again and I got kicked back to town, I would not have had any leaves for the next attempt. So I decided to take the safer stratagem and just death warp. Reset the fight. I like this version of the Limbo theme. The GBC sound font for the interior version of the song is kind of shrill, but most other versions of the song are good. That song, past tense, we're past it. Heal bear. Missed. Should heal the wind beast. Okay, fastest monster, go first. Didn't go first. Alright. Both on offensive. 0 for 4 on Kamikaze. I'm not gonna fix that. Aquarella attack. Going real aggressive. Okay, we hit him. Yeah, he always drops to exactly 1 HP. So, I didn't think Aquarella would only do 5 damage to him, but it's 4 more damage than I needed. And yeah, that's the final boss. That's it for DQM2. A little over the displayed estimate, but not over the scheduled estimate. Technically, the timing for this game runs through the end of the credits, but the credits are really boring and there's nothing at the end of it, so if the next run is ready to go, we'll cut it short. GBC has a cutscene at the end of the credits, and it's really cute and I like it, but they removed it from this version for some reason. Probably just because it alludes to the post-game content, which is completely removed from this version. The 5 keys that you can get after Limbo are not present in the PlayStation version. It's kind of disappointing. They weren't great content, but it was like something to do while you're trying to collect all the monsters. So when I filled out the catalog, I spent like 90% of my time just in the randomly generated keywords. But yeah. What is it? It's like Elf, Traveler, Baffle, Brawn, and Soul. Those keys are all gone from PlayStation. Oh no, the plug's not working. More accurately, the plug is working, but we lost too much juice. Werebo's butt wasn't a perfect plug after all. Oh, what's this?
case it wasn't already clear that Akira Toriyama had something to do with the Dragon Quest series. Great Log's doing the Spirit Bomb. All the people that we helped, they're giving up their happiness to make the log float, I guess. So, yeah, the next run coming up is going to be Dragon Quest IX by Repent of Evil, and he's going to be doing his own, doing the stream, so we're going to switch streamers between these games. So, when we do that, once again, the stream will drop for a couple of seconds, should almost immediately be back. If not, you'll just need to refresh. Hooray, it's a miracle. Great Log's got enough juice to float now. If you go outside, I didn't go up there, I think, when Great Log was in this state, but, like, after Sky, but before Limbo, the water is, like, all the way up to the paths, where the... And there's quite a bit of land that's covered by the water. Looks a little ominous, but he saves the day. I don't know why I'm talking to the king. Okay. Yeah, talk to our parents there, then Waribo shows up, and then this they probably should have removed, because I think he flashes another key, right? Yeah. Yeah, don't do that, Waribo. Those keys are not in the game anymore. I know in GBC he pops up and says, oh yeah, you saved the day, but there's so many more worlds to explore, and then he's like, look at this key that I've got. And then there are 5 post-game keys, but not in this version. Just the randomly generated key worlds, though the random key worlds do have a little more to them in this version. I noticed when I was going through them, there are some that have like very, very small plots to them. Like you might walk into the first town and everyone's talking about how a girl's been kidnapped or something. Then you go fight the boss and like the girl's saved. She's there and she says like 2 sentences and then you move on. But I think there are a couple of dozen little micro plots like that. But you know, it's not nearly as interesting if you don't speak Japanese. Yeah, I don't know that Monsters 1 had anything removed from it. Again, Monsters 1 and Monsters 2 are both on this disc, so it's, you know, you get more content than any individual BBC cart, but yeah, they took out the post game and a couple of other things. But yeah, I'll probably just let this keep going instead of switching to the intermission screen. This is literally all there is to the credits, and this goes on for like 8 minutes. The credit sequence of BBC is much more interesting. This is one of my biggest disappointments with this version, is just the very boring credits. But yeah, I'll wrap up here. So yeah, this has been Dragon Quest Monsters 2. I'll be handing it over for Dragon Quest IX run, like I said, and then I'll be back because I'm restreaming all of the races we got at the end. So I don't know which of the races I'll be commentating. I'll just be filling in whenever we need commentary. But sure, I'll be doing at least a couple of them. Last game I'm playing in this marathon now.